Does your LinkedIn profile represent you in the best way possible? Based on the information you're currently displaying to the business world, would you take a chance on yourself? Opportunities to impress are fewer and more critical than ever before. Don't take a chance. Hi, I'm Matthew Thomas with ProStar Business Development, and I help build six-figure entrepreneurs into seven-figure business leaders. And today, I want to talk to you about what every professional should have: your optimized LinkedIn profile. I'll be covering 10 key principles for you to stand out like a star in the LinkedIn world. Now, understand that you need to position yourself as the authority in your field on LinkedIn. Show your unique selling proposition, your accomplishments, your accolades and endorsements. Your LinkedIn profile is a showcase to the business world of who you really are professionally. Now, let me show you my own LinkedIn profile. So this way, you have an example of what I'm talking about. So here, you will see that I have included a photo in my profile. And when you include a photo in your profile, it is 21 times more likely that you would be visible to someone. So make sure that you have a photo of yourself, and not just any photo. You want to make sure that, when you have a photo, that recruiters are able to see confidence. But if you don't have a photo, that is automatically something that recruiters and prospects that want to do business with you see that you're not confident in yourself in. Now, you may be confident, but you don't want to show your photo, so that sends a message to them that you're not confident. So make sure that you include a photo, and make sure that it's not a selfie. This is not Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You want to make sure that you have a selfie in which someone else takes a photo of you. Preferably, it should be a professional photo where you spend $50 or more to be able to do that. But let's just say that you don't want to spend that money. You can have someone else take the photo, and it could still be good enough for you to include in your LinkedIn profile. No matter what, it's much better than not having a photo at all. Now, when it comes to your attire, you want to make sure that it's business friendly, or at least something that you would wear to work. Let's just say that you are looking to work with a prospect, or have a recruiter talk to you, and you are wanting to work with them. You want to make sure that you understand their dress code, and then update your profile photo accordingly. Now, maybe you have a file in your hard drive with many different photos with different types of clothing. That's fine, as long as it's decent enough to have in LinkedIn. That's what it's all about, and that it matches your type of industry as well. Now, if you don't want to invest money into it, I can give you a few best practices when it comes to taking your photo. Make sure that you're smiling in your photo. It makes you seem a lot more approachable and friendly. And then, you know what? It's just common sense. Make sure that you have a nice smile. And also, your background should be solid. Or if not solid, it should be something that is not distracting. You shouldn't be taking a photo in some kind of party with streamers and all kinds of people in the background and all that. You want to make sure that it's a professional photo where they see that you are serious about business, but of course that you are friendly as well. Avoid a full body photo because they're not able to see your face well, and avoid face only photos as well because that's just too close. You want to make sure that you include your head and your shoulders, and make sure that it's a recent photo, not something from 10, 15 years ago where you might not be as recognizable. You don't want to surprise anyone that you are supposed to be working with. You want to make sure that expectations are set from the beginning. Also, if you're having trouble deciding what kind of photo that you should have, there are a couple of tools that are out there that can help you make a great decision. One tool is a tool called Snapper, S-N-A-P-P-R. Go to snappr.co/photo-analyzer. And it's a pretty cool tool. I am logged into my LinkedIn already. So Snapper already recognizes that. And all I need to do is click on analyze my LinkedIn photo. Check this out and see what it does. Okay, I got to put my password here. So you would do the same. And now watch this. It's actually scanning my photo, and it would do the same for you as well. Pretty neat feature right here. And then boom, I'm a 68 out of 100. I'm pretty happy that my wife did not see this score before she married me. So 68 out of 100, that doesn't sit too well with me. So, hey, I want to see why they said 68 out of 100, right? Now, again, I'm not too worried about this. I had many different LinkedIn professionals look at my photo and my profile and help me to edit my profile and all that, and they gave me the thumbs up. So again, use this as a guide. If you don't get out 100 out of 100, fine. This is just for you to use as a guide. Now, I want to go over some of the analysis, which is kind of hilarious here. They analyze everything, even your face. In this case, they said my smile is good, my jawline is okay, and my squinch, it was bad. Let's just see why. My smile is good. And they said, hey, they can't even give me a great comment on there, but hey, not a bad smile. You're showing off your teeth. That's great. Raise the corners of your mouth more, and they have a zoom in of my smile. My jawline, they said it's okay. It's not the worst jawline shadow, but you could do better. I chuckled at that. And my squinch, it's bad. You know what they said? Not even a hint of squinch. Unfortunately, we detected your eyes to be too wide open. Okay. So again, this is to be used as a guide. 60 out of 100. I'm real lucky that I'm married now. Composition, 82 out of 100. Okay. They're talking about zoom, rule of thirds, background. So that seemed to be okay with them. When it came to my editing, I kind of agree with them. Maybe I could work more on the contrast and sharpness and saturation. So again, there's a photo analyzer out there called Snapper, and this can help you to make a decision. In fact, they'll even help you by booking a Photoshop or photo shoot with you. So this is a great tool to use as well, and something to laugh at as well. Another tool that's available is Photo Feeler. This is a tool in which you can put different photos out there to your LinkedIn connections, and they can rate you or rate your photos. And then from the results, you can decide on which will be the best photo for the LinkedIn profile. And I'm sure there are many different tools that are out there. These are two that I thought would be beneficial for you. So check these out and see if this would help you to make the best decision for your photo as well. Now, coming back to the actual profile, you want to make sure that once you have your photo updated, that you also want to make sure that you're updating your cover image, which is the image behind your photo, kind of like a backdrop. This is a great opportunity for you to showcase your brand, to let others know what your message is all about when it comes to your branding. My company is called ProStar Business Development. This is the logo that ProStar has, and I decided to put my logo in the background. Now, many people put different types of backgrounds, whether it's them speaking in front of people or something else. That's fine, as long as it as you are consistent with your branding and your message, then that will be suitable. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have some kind of cover photo that's updated as well. Now, once you have your photo and your cover photo, taken care of, you want to make sure that you are customizing your headline, which is right under your name. I have updated my headline, and I do this many times. I might think of ideas. You'll find yourself updating and editing all the time because you always think of better ideas as it comes along. So right now, I feel that this best tells everyone what I'm all about and what my gifting is. Uh, but there are three ways that you can actually go about having your headline displayed. One, I'll actually pull up someone else's. This is a client of mine, Matthew Joseph. He works for RSH Engineering, which is his own company. He's an engineer in the DFW area, very talented. He's a structural engineer, a mechanical engineer, an electrical engineer, and a forensics engineer. But this section, LinkedIn only gives or allows 120 characters. So typing in structural engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer is not going to work. So in this case, engineer was put in one time, then a dash, then structural, mechanical, electrical, and forensic. So people would know what all he is specializing in. Not only that, he's a building inspector, consultant, trainer, and speaker. So this is a very traditional headline here that shows titles and roles. Now, the good thing about this is that you are able to be easily found in searches when someone is typing engineer in the account, in the search bar. Matthew Joseph's name is most likely to be pulled up in the DFW area, or whether you're in any other type of business, whether it's in the medical business, maybe you're a nurse or a doctor, maybe you're in automotive as a sales manager, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that you have the right roles and titles in your headline. Now, that's the first way. The second way that you can do that is more of a non-traditional, just like Matthew Joseph was a client of mine, Ed Rush, another client of mine as well, and I'm a client of his. He actually labels himself as the accelerator. Why would he label himself as the accelerator? Well, look at the suit that he has on. He was an F-18 fighter pilot for the Marines. And so we all know jets fly fast, 0 to hundreds of miles per hour within seconds. And so he believes that those types of principles that he learned in the Marines are applicable in business as well. So the accelerator. And he says, I help 7 to 8 figure founders make more and live more. #1 selling best author. So he also included his accomplishments, and he was a fighter pilot as well. Okay, so that's a non-traditional way where he's not really listing roles and titles. It's more, it catches a lot of attention. Now, you're not going to get much of search results through your headline, but you can still make it work where you include your titles and roles and skills in the skills section, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. Now, the third way that you can customize your headline is to use an example like mine. Here, I have said transforming 6-figure entrepreneurs into 7-figure business leaders. Okay, and then it says read recommendations from others below. And the reason that I put that in parentheses is because I want to make sure that when people read this, they're just not thinking that I'm making stuff up, right? That I'm not just saying fluff. I want to be able to back up what I claim. And so throughout the years, I've had over 20 recommendations, and I want to make sure that people read that so they know that I am able to do what I say. Now, notice it says transforming 6-figure entrepreneurs into 7-figure business leaders. Why would I have a title like that or a headline like that? Well, that's because I want to make sure that everybody knows who I'm gifted to work with, right? And what their potential is. I don't know too many people that are six-figure entrepreneurs that don't want to be seven-figure business leaders. And so this attracts the right type of crowd for me, and I will able to work with them accordingly. And you should think in the same way also. Now, that's a non-traditional way to start a headline. But then I do have some traditional aspects as well in the headline. So notice I've included coaching, consulting, speaker, and advisor, and I have a Fortune 250 background. So this method is the non-traditional and the traditional combined, which is called a combination. Notice I put hashtags also because hashtags are searchable as well. So with this in mind, there are three ways to go about the headline. You want to make sure that see which one best fits you. Now, once you have taken care of the headline, you want to make sure that you go with the fourth principle, which is to make sure that you are actually updating your about section, or otherwise known as the summary. Now, let me also make sure that I tell you this, that when it comes to the headline, you have LinkedIn allows 120 characters, but when people are searching and you show up in the search, only a few of those characters show up. Okay, so about 80 characters show up. So on a desktop and about 65 on the mobile. So you want to make sure that you have the most important aspect of your headlines to show up front in the first couple of lines. Now, that's the same idea in the about section as well. In the about section, LinkedIn allows 2,000 characters. And in these 2,000 characters, only the first three lines show up in the beginning, especially when people are searching for you. So you want to make sure that this summary is not just a list of your roles and skills. This should be something where you're bringing out the life from those skills, right? Bring these skills to life. And this should be a story about yourself. Now, LinkedIn says that the summary is the number one thing that recruiters look at, uh, uh, compared to everything else on your LinkedIn profile. So you want to make sure that your about section is on point. Now, again, I find myself editing this all the time. All right. I think I just edited this last week in some case. So especially when only the first three lines show up, you want to make sure that you show your best in those first three lines. Now, watch how I have worded my about section. I said, I specialize in developing entrepreneurs of six-figure businesses to become business leaders of seven-figure companies by employing our ProSense methodology, by coaching, training, and implementing customized solutions to boost sales by an average of 20% within weeks. I am known to 2x client revenues in 6. Look at this. And then you have to click on see more to see the rest. Notice how I leave the reader in suspense. That's the same principle that you want to follow also when you create your about section. So as they read this, especially people that are prospects of mine that are looking to do business with me, or people like me, they would want to read more. And when they click see more, they can see everything that I'm able to offer for them. Okay, so you want to be very strategic with the about section, and make sure that you build this out and write this out in the best way possible. Once you have taken care of your about section, you want to make sure that you actually update the spotlight or the featured section. This is brand new to LinkedIn as of now. I'm recording this as of May 2020, and this just came out a few days ago. In fact, so new that I didn't even get a chance to update this. But this is a really great feature, because this is a feature in which you're able to spotlight certain things that you're proud of. Maybe it's maybe you had a client that you did really well with and you want to spotlight a case study there. Or maybe it's a video testimonial of someone that talks about you very well. Or maybe you have a advertisement or some marketing piece that you want to include in here that really shines shines a light onto your business. So this is a spotlight feature here. Really cool feature. You want to make sure that you update this, and I'll be doing that right after this recording, in fact. Also, once you have taken care of that, you want to make sure that you are updating your experience section, which we are on number 6 now. Here, you want to list everywhere where you have worked. Now, this should not be a carbon copy of your resume. Do not copy every single word from your resume on here. Instead, this should complement your resume. And so as long as you have the dates matching between your resume and this experience section, you should be okay. And so here in the experience section, you're also able to put additional media in every role that you had. So maybe in one company that you work for, you were maybe on a TV commercial. Maybe on another company that you work for, you had a video testimonial. You want to make sure that you put the appropriate media in each of those sections, as well. And when you have just one experience listed, you have 8 times more the visibility. When you have more than one experience listed, you have up to 29 more times the visibility than if you didn't have list any experience. So very important for you to list all of your experiences with the right dates as you build out your LinkedIn profile. Along with this, you want to make sure that that you're listing your business skills. And I'm scrolling down there. Here, you have your skills and endorsements. LinkedIn allows for you to have 50 skills listed here. And LinkedIn actually has pre-written skills that you can choose from as well, which are really important. So choose as many relevant pre-written skills from LinkedIn that because this also plays a role in search terms. And so let's say, for example, I have leadership. If someone is searching the word leadership in LinkedIn, my profile is likely to pull up. Okay. I have management, same thing. And so you can list up to 50. I can click on show more and show you. And so you want to fill this out as much as possible and have as many people endorse you in these skills that they know that you're good at. And so you want to make sure that that's done. Now, when you have more than 100 endorsements, it'll show 99 plus. Usually it doesn't show more than 100 unless they changed that recently. In my case, out of all the skills, looks like leadership, I have the most endorsements, and then management comes later, and so on. So when you have your skills and endorsements set up, you have as much as 17 more times the profile views and up to 31 times more the visibility than if you didn't have these skills filled in. So make sure that you spend time and fill in the relevant skills that are applicable to you, okay? Now, once you have that done, number 8 is to make sure that you're requesting recommendations. Still to this day, I don't understand why people are not taking advantage of these recommendations. I see very talented people that I know of that's on LinkedIn that has 0 recommendations. They're not asking for recommendations. This to me is a gold mine, because there's only so much that you can say about yourself that people believe what you have to say. Maybe let's just say this was the scale and they believe this much. But when other people say that you're good at what you do or that you're the best at what you do, okay, now their believability goes much higher and you get a lot more credibility. That's why I am a big fan of having testimonials for any of my clients, anyone that I talk to. Testimonials is key, especially if they're video testimonials, but in LinkedIn, they don't allow video testimonials. It's text. So also, not only that, most people have maybe one, two, at a lot of times, maybe three recommendations. Uh, and that's because they haven't asked for recommendations much. uh, in this case, you can see I have over 20 recommendations from people all over North America. And so with this in mind, why do I do that? Because I want to make sure that, again, I'm backing up what I'm saying, that I'm not just saying that I can help build six-figure entrepreneurs into seven-figure business leaders. This tells everyone that, hey, I mean what I say because I've done it before and my recommendations from others say so. That's what you want for yourself as well. And not only that, maybe you have several recommendations from others, but maybe they're outdated. Maybe they're from 2014 or 15, 5, 10 years ago. That's not going to be relevant for you right now. People are looking at the dates also. So what I have a practice of doing is sending out a batch of recommendation requests on a quarterly basis. So this way, I'm able to have recommendations posted on a frequent basis. So as you can see, my last recommendation, someone gave me one just a few weeks ago in April 2020. Before that, late 2019. So with this in mind, you want to make sure that you're investing time in asking for recommendations. Make sure that you do that. I can guarantee you that it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. Once you have worked on your recommendations, you want to make sure that you are updating your profile URL. Okay, so here, look at this. It says linkedin.com. Look at the domain here, linkedin.com/in/Matthew P. Thomas. Notice Matthew P. Thomas is the customized version of that URL. And so you want to do this because if you get the default version from LinkedIn, it's going to say something like linkedin.com/in/B4325/W234FFOFUM. You don't want all that in your LinkedIn, URL. You want to make sure that it's simple enough that if you need to tell someone that you have a LinkedIn profile, that it's linkedin.com/in/your name. Now, if you have a name that is more common and someone else took it up, make sure that you are having something that's close to your name as possible, okay? So how do you do that? You go to the right rail of your profile, click on Edit Public Profile and URL. So you click on that, and then you'll see Edit Your Custom URL. You just click on the pencil to the right of the URL, and right there, you're able to customize your URL and click on Save, and then you're done. So I highly recommend this. So this way, you're able to share your profile and people are able to remember you more, and it helps with people being able to remember your name as well. Now, given that you've taken care of your profile URL and customized it, you want to make sure that you are letting recruiters, let's just say you're looking for an opportunities. You want to make sure that you're letting recruiters know that you are looking for a new opportunity. Now, how would you do that? You would actually go and let's see, I'm going to click here on my profile. You want to click on your photo in the header section. All right. So what you do is click right here, click on settings and privacy. And then you would click on the left side, job seeking preferences. And then you would click on let recruiters know you're open to opportunities. Okay. Now, I'm not looking for a recruiter to to recruit me right now, but I was just playing around with this, so don't get mixed messages. But If it's clicked on no, you want to make sure that you're clicking on yes and then saving it. Okay, so this way, recruiters that are looking for people that have your skills, that are looking for a role to fill that fits your type of profile, you want them to know that you're looking, and you have a more opportunity for your profile to show up in searches than if it was clicked on no. Okay, so again, 10 principles that you want to follow to be able to uh, look like a star on LinkedIn. Of course, there's so many items to cover in LinkedIn that I just don't have the time to cover that. But let me just review quickly what we just went over. First of all, you want to make sure that you add a profile photo that is professional or at least decent for LinkedIn. You can use tools like Snapper to help you decide which photo to put in. Second of all, you want to make sure that you have a cover page that helps you to communicate your message consistently and brand you well. Number three, make sure that you have a great headline that describes what you do and what you're all about. Number four, make sure that you have the about section filled so that way people can see what all the services and what you have to offer, not only skills, but also even your soft skills as well. Number five, make sure that you're filling out the featured section that spotlights your best accomplishments here. Number six, make sure that you're actually filling out the experience section, not to carbon copy your resume, but to complement your resume. Number seven, make sure that you're filling out the skills section. It really helps with your keywords when it comes to people searching for you. Number eight, make sure that you're requesting recommendations from others. Extremely important for you to do that. Number nine, make sure that you are uh, customizing your URL. And number 10, make sure that you are letting recruiters know that you are available to work if you're in that position. Okay. Now, like I said, LinkedIn has so many features and options that we could go through, and it would take hours and hours for us to cover that. And I do cover a lot of that in our membership community. ProStar has a membership community that I believe that you should at least consider. We actually offer uh, you know monthly Zoom calls that in which I talk about business ideas and insights that can really help your business. And not only that, it includes biweekly emails that gives you tips to be able to be more productive, to see maybe you can close the deal this week versus next week, etc. You'll be part of a digital community as well. And not only that, uh, I offer full access to me through text and much, much more. If you have any questions about what we have to offer as far as that goes, you can email me at info@prostarbd.com, and I'll be happy to give you more details about that. Uh, if you have any questions about what I covered today, the 10 principles when it comes to you being your best you in LinkedIn, you can email me, info@prostarbd.com, and I'll be glad to discuss further of how LinkedIn can be more beneficial to you than it may be right now. I hope some of these principles at least is going to help you in attaining the opportunity that you've been looking for, whether it's a new career, a new job, a new position within your company, or for a new company, or you just want to market your business. These 10 principles are really going to help you to showcase yourself to the world as an expert in your field. Show yourself as the authority by making sure that you have an optimized LinkedIn profile. Thank you very much. Have a great day.